Hey everybody, this is going to be an introduction to how chords work in music. I just wanted to do a brief illustration of kind of how music is put together with chords. So chords are the basis of any song. It's just sometimes they're easier to hear than others. So like if I were to play, here's the chords to Sweet Home Alabama. That's the background music. It happens in hip hop, it happens in rock. It just sounds different depending on the genre. Like in hip hop, a lot of times the chords are done with like an 808 bass or some kind of synthesizers, whatever. So the musical alphabet goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then what happens? It repeats. It starts all over. A, B. So that's why there's like 88 keys on a piano, but there's only, 7 different notes in the musical alphabet. So when a song is in a specific key, that just means it's a certain set of chords that fit well together. You have to pick your key based on what's comfortable for you to sing. Each one of these letters could be a different key. There's such thing as the key of A, the key of B, the key of C, the key of D, whatever. It just depends on your vocals. We're going to pretend we're in the key of A. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chords that work in the key of A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Every single chord or letter is numbered with a Roman numeral. I hope you know your Roman numerals. If not, you'll learn them real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The capital Roman numerals indicate a major chord, which is a happy sounding chord. The lowercase Roman numerals indicate a minor chord, which is kind of a sadder sounding chord. So here, for example, here is a major chord. Here's a minor chord. Those are actually both a D. Here's D major. Here's D minor. So that's the pattern in, I guess we're going to call it in a key. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, minor. Depending on what note you start on, that's going to be your 1. So the 1, or the tonic is what they call that, is going to be whatever key you're in that first note. So in the key of A is always your 1. Let's do the key of C. C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. I really should have little things indicating major and minor next to those letters, but it's fine for now. So check it out. C is your 1 because that's the key we're in. That whatever key you're in, that's always your 1. What would the 1 be in the key of G? G. What would the 1 be in the key of F? F. What's your 1 in the key of Lee? Lee. So that is the tonic. 1 is always the tonic. The 4 is called the subdominant, and the 5 is called the dominant. Those are just fancy music terms for the 1, the 4, and the 5. So the 1 is the tonic, 4 is the subdominant, and 5 is the dominant. In music, only certain keys, how do I say this? Only certain numbers fit together well. So that's called a chord progression. So the way that a song is put together might be let's think of like what Makes You Beautiful by One Direction. I know that's really exciting. They're your favorite band ever. But that particular song is a 1-4-5. 1's fit together, 4's fit together, and 5's fit together. So if I were a gigging musician and I wanted to sit down with a band and I never had played a song before, they would tell me, okay, we're going to play What Makes You Beautiful. It's a 1-4-5 in the key of C. So I know that the three chords that I'm going to play are C, F, and G. And I could sit down and play it. I wouldn't know the rhythm or anything until I heard it. Oops, my bad. My bad. I knew how to play that just based off, they told me a 1-4-5. I counted up alphabetically. Okay, I know it's in the key of C. So C, D, E, F is my 4. Okay, cool. And 5 is the G. That's just how musicians talk to each other. So, some common chord progressions, and I will send out some like little cheat sheets. Some common chord progressions are like a 1, 5, 6, 4. What would a 1, 5, 6, 4 be in the key of, let's say, A? So my 1 is always A, or excuse me, my 1 is always whatever key we're in, so I said the key of A. What's my 5? I just count up alphabetically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know that's E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know it's F. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 is D. That's just how you find the chords in whatever key. So, yes, basically I wanted to illustrate this to you because we're going to be talking about tonics, subdominants, and dominants, and I just wanted you to be able to visualize it before we went through the actual other presentation. Roman numerals are how chords and chord progressions are communicated in music. All songs have a chord progression. Some are easier to pick out than others. Psycho by Post Malone. It only goes back and forth between 2 notes the entire time, a 1 and a 4. He never changes that progression ever. So I'll play it in the key of C. What's a 1-4 in the key of C? What's my 1 in the key of C? C. And then what's my 4? We'll count up C, D, E, F is my 4. Now, I don't like that key. I was just trying to figure out how I would sing that. That's way too high for me. So I would want to put it in a key that's better for me. How about G? Let's do it in the key of G. Or let's go to the original key, which is actually E flat. Got my AP going psycho, a mama bad like Michael, can't really trust nobody with all this jewelry on you. It just goes back and forth the whole time. A 1-4. So music really is not all that complicated. It's just all the different stuff that they put in there makes it sound cool. So, that's how Roman numerals work in keys. That's how you find the Roman numerals. The 1 is the tonic. The 4 is the subdominant. And the 5 is the dominant. And you can almost read that. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to stop this portion, and then I may or may not add some more chunks to what's going on. Hey guys, this is going to be just kind of a walkthrough of GarageBand, in case you had any questions about it specifically. So I'm going to go down to the bottom right. That's where my GarageBand happens to be. And this was just a project that I was working on earlier. So I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to go up to My Songs. And this is where you'll see all of the different projects that you'll make. Top right, we'll hit the plus sign. And this is where you're going to be able to choose whatever instrument you're going to use. To do the chord project, we're going to go into any one of the smart melodic instruments. So I'm actually going to pick smart piano down there in the bottom left. And here we have our smart piano. So we're going to start up in the top left. You have the My Songs icon. And then the next thing you have is that little robot looking thing. That's where you'll go through and select other instruments if you want them. The little brick Lego looking things, that's just to get to the track list. This is where you'll see all the different instruments that you'll eventually like add for your project. So I'll hit the piano top left just to go back. Moving across the top from left to right, you have the little triangle with the line. That's rewind. The triangle in the middle is play. And then the little red circle is going to be record. Right next to it is the volume slider. That turns your volume up and down. And then the little blue triangle thing, that's the metronome. That's the little click that keeps you together. Next to that, we'll skip the looping section. We'll go right to the wrench. And the wrench is where you're going to decide your tempo, your time signature, whatever key you're in, and all that good stuff. So we'll just keep moving and we'll come back to that. So up here is where your cursor is, and this is going to move through all the measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are all measures with 4 beats in them. So for instance, if I had a project that I had to record 8 measures, this is where you would do it. The plus sign at the very far right, that is how you add a section. So like say I wanted to have 16 measures total. I'd add a section, there's section B. Add another section, there's section C. If I want to look at the whole song, I go to all sections, and now you can see it's like all of the measures. But if I want to just look at one particular part, I can highlight that and then click out of it, and there it is. Where it says grand piano down here, kind of in the middle left, that's where you could change whatever instrument it is to something else. I just happen to pick classical grand. That's fine, whatever. Autoplay, that's like the different patterns. So autoplay 1, I'm going to hit the C. That is what pattern it goes to. That might have made a weird echo. Sorry about that. But you're going to notice the different patterns they change. So it's just whatever you want your autoplay pattern to be. When you click through these chords, like up at the top, you want to make sure that you hit the letter, because you don't want to play half of it. It's just going to sound funny if you play the top or the bottom. So make sure that you're doing the letter when you change them. So yeah, in order to record this chord progression, I'm going to say that I'm going to do a 1, 5, 6, 4 in the key of C, just because I know that that's a really common chord progression. On my little cheat sheet, I see that a 1, 5, 6, 4 is C, G, A minor, and F, and it just so happens that those chords are listed here in GarageBand already. Oops, sorry. So yeah, that's going to be my chord progression. Music happens in usually like every 4 beats when chords change. So I'm going to choose to, well, I actually want to slow my song down first. I'm going to go to tempo, and I'm going to turn my tempo down to like, 85, just because that sounds good to me. And then I'm going to change every measure. It's going to go, like I'll start with C, it'll go C, 2, 3, 4, then G, G, 2, 3, 4, then A minor, 2, and you'll kind of see the pattern here in just a second when I record it. So here we go. So I was just a little bit late there changing to the F. You probably noticed that. So that's how it would fit in there if I had a 4-chord progression. Say I have a 3-chord progression. Say I want to do a 1, 4, 5 in the key of C. That means my chords would be C, F, and G. And that doesn't fit into like the 4 measure chunks of phrases that normal music fits to. So your actual pattern would probably go C for a measure, F for a measure, G for a measure, C for a measure. What's going to be weird about it is when you do that back to back, it's going to feel like C goes twice as long. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to do a 1-4-5 in the key of C. So between measures 4 and 5, C actually played for 2 measures. And because musical phrases, musical like statements happen in chunks of 4, typically multiplying into like 8, that's how you fit a 3-chord progression in an even amount of measures. So yeah, that is the way that you enter chords into GarageBand. There's a button middle far right, that red kind of looks like Legos too, I guess. If you hit that, that's individual notes. So you'll use that when you start entering melodies and things like that. So until then, we want just the chords. So yeah, that's a basic rundown of GarageBand, and I hope that helps. Hope you find some success.
So I want to make sure that you understand this assignment in D2L. What you're going to do is you're going to record a chord progression, which is just a series of chords that fit together into GarageBand. So I'm going to create a song. I'm going to use piano just because it's the most straightforward, wherever it was. Smart piano, because it brings up my chords. All right, so I'm going to choose to do a 1-5-6-4 in the key of C. It could be any key, any order of chords, but that's what I'm going to do just because it kind of makes sense. So, what's my 1 in the key of C? C. What's my 5? C, D, E, F, G. G is my 5. What's my 6? C, D, E, F, G, A. A is my 6, and what's my 4? C, D, E, F. F is my 4. So I'm going to play each chord for just one measure. I'm going to go C, G, A minor, F, and that's going to be my song. Here we go. Oops, I didn't pick an autoplay. Sorry. Random autoplay. Perfect. Love it. Here we go. Now to G, A, F. So now, I just did it. I'm going to upload it to D2L. So I'm going to go to my little top. It was like a top left. I don't know if you saw where I clicked. Let me go back to this. Is it 9:29 in the morning? Yes. So I'm going to go to this little paper thing up in the top left. And then I'm going to hold down my project. I'm going to go to share. I'm going to hit song so it actually uploads to D2L. Low quality is fine because I don't really care about it being high quality so it doesn't take up space. Alright, so I'm going to hit open in. It's exporting it. Now I'm going to hit save to files. I choose to have mine just on my iPad in GarageBand, just so it like saves it good. I'm going to name this one Music Appreciation. Yeah, yay. And then done. And then save. Now when you go on to D2L, what you're going to do is look for, see where it says Muse app right there? Kind of on the far right. That's the one that you're going to want to upload. It's got to be the little blue Soundwave looking thing, or else it's just not gonna work. So that is how you actually get it onto D2L. I'm going to paste on here just a couple little things about like chords that work together. GarageBand defaultly loads it up into the key of C, which is fine because like I'm okay with that. Yeah, if you want to change the key, you can up there in the top left, but C is just fine. So yeah, that's it for this little section.
So if you're using an iPhone, it's pretty much the same thing. You'll go in here and click. I mean, you could do any instrument really for this thing. I guess here's the guitar just for fun. I'll click on that. Let's see here. So yeah, there's your chords. Your autoplay knob is up at the top right there. And that's where you'll do your little, whatever autoplay you want. And yeah, all the share settings will be up there in the top left. You go to My Songs. And then, let's see, which one was today? I didn't make one. Oh, perfect. Let me make one real fast. 1564 in the key of C. I should have had the C chord playing. Try this again. Here we go. Sorry, I didn't have headphones in if that was kind of a weird sounding deal. The metronome is just to keep the time. So yeah. Alright, so My Songs. This is how you'll share it. Let's see. I'm out of my Wi-Fi too, I think. But you'll go through the same type of a thing. Share, song, low quality. Let's go. Open in. And save to files. So same type of thing. I'd probably rename it so you can find it. And then when you go to upload it, you'll only upload that little blue looking thing to D2L. So yeah, that's that on the iPhone.
All right, now this is just a little cheat sheet on how like different chords fit together, like popular ways that chords fit. So I just Googled common chord progressions, and these two little pictures are like my two favorites. So I'm going to click on this one, and hopefully it comes up moderately. Okay, so what this is just a really, really in-depth way of quickly finding things that we know how to find anyway. So let's look at, I keep talking about 1, 5, 6, 4 progressions. And what this is telling you, the red little Roman numerals are just what actual, the 1, 5, 4, 2, whatever, just whatever the chord progression is. Down here, this is just quickly telling you in different keys what those chords are that fit together. So say I wanted to do a 1, 5, 6, 4 in the key of C. We already know that in the key of C, C is the 1. And then you just count up alphabetically. C, D, E, F, G is your 5. So this is just telling you really fast so you don't have to think. It kind of takes the guesswork out of it. What if I wanted to do a 1, 4, 5 in the key of D? So here's a 1, 4, 5 progression. And here's quickly what they are. In the key of D, it's D, G, and A. In the key of F, it's F, B flat, and C. We know how to find it just because we just count up alphabetically and chronologically. So to kind of give you an example of some of these chord progressions, like here's a 1, 4, 5 in the key of C. I just have my stand-up bass. I came back to the bedroom and it happens to be right here, so hopefully you can hear it. That's a 1, 4, 5. Here's C, F, G, and that's a million songs, right? Let's go
Let's see, what's one that I could actually sing in? Here's a 1-4-5. Some people call me. Yeah, that's a good key. Some people call me the space cowboy. Yeah, it's really low. Some call me the gangster of love. Or how about like, you're insecure, don't know what for. That was a 1-4-5 too. Music is not all that like new and crazy and innovative. All the chords are the same. It's just how that artist delivers it to you. Here's a 1-5-6-4. I'll do it in the key of D just for fun. So I'm going to do D, A, B minor, and G. Here we go. My bad. That's a million songs. Nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter, no, 'cause I got you. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. I'm just doing the same chords over and over. That's a million songs. And I won't hesitate. Darn it, I messed it up. And I won't hesitate. I can't do it. I need to practice. I'm sorry. What's another one? So like from my era, Green Day. When I come around. And I know it's on an upright bass. It sounds funny. I'm just trying to show you that a million songs are the same chords. Like, there's not a whole lot of innovative and new stuff. Get on the YouTube machine. Look up Axis of Awesome. Let's go. Axis of Awesome, 4 chords. Look this up. Watch this one right here. They do like 1,000 songs and never change the chords the whole time. I really think you'll be like, whoa, seriously? That's music? So now, what we're talking about is major keys. If there's any of you out there that want to take it a step further, you're a hip-hop person, you're kind of a sadder song person, these are minor keys. And so like anytime, remember the lowercase letters are minor and the uppercase ones are major chords. Here's a common chord progression in hip hop. It's just A to D, and you go back and forth. Now I know that didn't really sound very hip hoppy to you, because let's face it, I'm on an upright bass here. I have this ukulele here. Maybe I didn't tune this thing. It's a 4-string deal. Okay, it's not going to work. I just want you to know that minor chords are where you get hip hop from a lot of times. Maybe this guitar works. Hang on, give me a second here. I have this guitar. My kid probably detuned it. Let's see here. Okay, let's turn down the overdrive. Turn up this. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure we have detuned this thing. Yeah, that is horrible. Okay, that didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. I'll tune my instruments next time before I try to give you an example. Anyway, I just wanted to show you, these are common chord progressions. These are ones that artists use all the time. If I was going to play a gig and I never played with a band before, they would come in, I would walk onto the stage and they'd tell me, okay, we're going to play a 1-4-1-5 progression in the key of C. As a musician, I would just know that those are the 4 chords that I would use. So that's kind of where this all comes back around together. So when you're doing your assignment, you don't necessarily need to refer to all this. I just wanted to show you that this is just how music typically works. Chicken Fried, Zac Brown Band, it's a 1-4-5. They never change the chords. That's all there is to it. So yeah, this is kind of above and beyond. In your garage band thing, you might just go, yeah, I want to do a 1-5-6-4 in the key of C. There's my 4 chords. Call it good. So yeah, woohoo!